Everyone. My name is Jul03, and I'm here on behalf of Fusion Communication. So our project was #FitPossible, and our key message, as you can see, is your body can stand almost anything. It's your mind that you need to convince. So our project is based on, it's a mindset-based project, and so let me take you through the background. The background of our study is that UCU has been having a fitness problem, like people were not working out. So we tried to look at what has been happening, and what we noticed is that most of the campaigns that have been there, for example, UCU fitness campaign that was there last year, it was not successful because at the end of last year, when the participants graduated, it ended there. And then we had an aerobics club that also ended immediately, the people graduated. So we looked upon this, and so we came up with something. We came up with this project to be able to cater for the mindsets of the people. As you can see, we carried out a survey using a questionnaire, and it turned out that 80% of the people in UCU think that working out is important. But only 20% actually engage in fitness activities. So I'm going to show you this. The yellow represents the misconceptions that people have, and then the blue shows the students and staff that practice fitness. Then the red shows the people who actually engage. But these people who engage in the fitness activities are athletes. So that brought us back to our project. The objective of this project was to increase the number of people who carry out fitness as a habit, to reduce the misconceptions on fitness, and that was actually our main basis. So the channels we used were posters, flyers, social media platforms, and announcements. At community worship, we had the media link debate where we went and announced. I'm going to take you through our budget. We made a budget where the flyers, we printed out 100 copies. Oh, okay, this is the main budget. Flyers, 100 copies. As you can see, 20,000. It totaled up to 200,000 in total. That was the grand total. And we managed to collect 20,000 per member because we are 10 people per group, and so to 200,000. So let's go to the implementation plan, the implementation week. We had 3 weeks of implementation, and so this is how we ran our first week. We went around pinning up posters. You're going to see a video that shows us, I'm going to show you a couple of pictures and videos that show people pinning up the posters and everything. So we also had announcements, like I told you about the media link debate. So here, as you can see, most of the members are pinning up the posters. Okay, I want you to look here, but okay. So as you can see, most of them were here. We have a miniature video of them pinning up the posters.
Really?
Okay, I think we can move on, right? So we also had, we had a meeting with Dr. Mulindwa as part of our implementation because we need an informed figure talking about fitness. And so I'm going to put the video for you to watch what he has to say about fitness, because we could not come to a conclusion without a medical ground to stand on. So please enjoy.
The simplest physical activity that doesn't cost anything is walking.
So opportunities should be sought for everybody to walk. It is recommended that an individual walks at least for 30 minutes every day for 5 days a week. It is also advised that you do not sit on your desk for more than 1 hour. It has been scientifically proved that if you sit for more than 2 hours in one place, the risk you stand is as great as that of somebody who has smoked one cigarette. People who have what we call edema in medical terms, or swollen feet, in most cases are people who do least physical activity. The other risks of not doing physical activity is, or the advantages of doing physical activity is that it controls your blood pressure, it controls your blood sugar, it controls the amount of fat in your body, because the body, out of the food we eat, it makes fat, which may be advantageous or disadvantageous, dangerous fat, which goes and lines the wall of the blood vessel, making the space for the blood to pass very narrow. And sometimes that fat coats within the inner lining of the blood vessel, which prompts or may lead to clot formation, compared to a normal blood vessel, which is this wide open, for people who eat the right food and do physical exercise. Physical activity also improves your mental health. You have more clear mind, you have good sleep, you have better emotions, you relax better, as compared to somebody who is physically inactive.
Thank you for watching that. So, as you can see, we managed to get Dr. Mlindwa to talk about the blood vessel, as we saw the blood vessel. I think when we went to talk to him, that is something that captured our minds, because many a times we think, oh, I'm small, I cannot work out. So this was the reason as why we had this campaign. It was supposed to cater for those misconceptions, and I think for now, as you can see, you're a bit convinced. So we also had, it was a social media campaign also. So we opened up Instagram pages, Twitter, Facebook. And for anyone who is on social media, you know the following is the beat. So you can see in 3 weeks, on Instagram we had 33 followers. On Twitter we have 50. On Facebook was acting up yesterday. So as you can see, most of you have been following our thing, and we've been posting. We decided to post twice a day, and so we came up with numerous posters. You're going to see them later on in our presentation. And the different posters kept talking about, they kept driving back to our main message, which you all remember. So let me take you to the next week. So this other one, we're still talking about how we implemented. We were following up on the dance classes, whatever we were doing. We went to different classes. We had announcements. Because you have to go to classes and announce, tell them about what you're doing. And so that's what we did. And the daily posts on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, that's how we managed to get our campaign rolling. So, like I told you, like I promised, these were the quotes. We managed to draft this. I thank my team, it's very creative. The first one, take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live. This goes back to your mindset, body mindset. So we're trying to beat what the other teams used to have of only working about action and not catering for the mind. Fitness success starts with self-discipline, then strive for progress, not perfection. And we all know this. If you've tried working out, you understand this. Don't be afraid of being a beginner. It all starts with you. At the end of the day, all these posters that we made were supposed to trigger people's minds, and we are happy to say that they did. So, in the third week of implementation, that is when we had our dance classes. Now, the dance classes were we call it a gift to UCU because, I mean, we got, many times, most of the people thought for fitness, you have to go work out, carry all those heavy things, but we brought in Zumba stroke dance classes that, you're having fun at the same time working out. And so they ran from 24th to 26th, and they were in Thelma Hall at 7 p.m. And we're happy to say that we actually got quite a number, and we can actually proudly say we didn't only use mass communication students. So I want to show you all the videos because we made day 1, day 2, but I don't think the time will enable us. So I'm going to go to day 3. Let me see. Let me just play the day 2. Number 1. As you can see the smiles on the people's faces, we try to trigger that.
Yeah, I'm so grateful for this opportunity at least. I had never seen it before because I'm in second year and first year I expected it, but it wasn't there. So it's so good, the fitness class is so good. I really feel so lively because I had not seen this before in the university. Yeah, it's so nice to the students that many of us cannot go out there in the gym or the field to exercise, but then the fitness class, there is a way to bring it lively. So I'm so grateful for this opportunity.
As you can see, I talked about wanting to make it fun, and I think we triggered that. That is something we
First time I saw this poster, I was really excited for this opportunity because I was looking forward to such opportunities at campus and they were not really there. So when the opportunity came for me to attend, I really didn't think that students would turn up like this. But when I came here, I was really surprised to see a lot of students engaged. I was very happy because the dances were all exciting and I felt really refreshed after this period. And it has helped out a lot with my stress of books, away from books. So I really feel excited and I'm grateful to the students who took on this idea. And I appeal to the university to take on such beautiful ideas for students.
The challenges that we faced during this campaign, because we all know nothing is as perfect as it comes. So we had a collision with another group that was the LDC classes. They usually have those evening lectures, so they don't know how to keep time, but we managed to talk to them and they managed to strictly end at 7 p.m. Then the miscommunication, most people thought it was going to go on for a week. Other people thought it was going to start on a different day. So we managed to go back to the classes and actually clarify when we are starting, where, and all. Then the late coming. So we collided with supper time. And food and something else, food comes first. So most of the times we start at 7:30, hence the late coming. Then we had poor lighting. So the room had one light, but then it has two sides. So one bulb was not working. So most of our videos are not as clear as we want them to be because of the light. Then inadequate funds. People wanted us to carry it on for a whole week, but we were paying the trainer $100,000, so it's quite impossible to bring him back for a whole week. Then lack of equipment. We needed cameras, but then second years were carrying out their TV projects, so we were not able to do it. and then we had more girls than boys. And so we had like 5 boys coming in and mostly girls. So at the end of the day, we didn't manage to achieve the thing of UCU community. We didn't. Okay. We didn't attract enough people, and so our PowerPoint also crashed, but oh well, we are here. So, sickness of some members, I mean, those joints were hurting. So our evaluation, the team held evaluation meetings, and then at the end of the day, we found out that the misconceptions reduced from 80% to 29%. Then our engagement in fitness activities increased from 20% to 79%. So in our What Next, Dr. Mlindo was very interested in our project, so he has been inviting us for a couple of things. On 23rd July, we're going to carry out a gym class, and we're going to be representing Alan Galpin, but it's still our What Next. He also made us make a plan for the whole semester, and then he said when the university accepts it, we shall give them more guidelines, and so we are happy that they were interested enough. So as you can see the results here, I'm going to rush through. This was before the dance class. These are the misconceptions. This is the engagement activity. Then here, the misconceptions reduced, like I told you, and the engagement increased. And finally, this is the final word from our team.
Hello everyone, we are Team Fusion. My name is Flavia Kunihira.
Anita Nihabwe,
Masia Mukana.
Taira Ai,
Emre Beda.
Christine Karamagi,
Sabra Mulungi.
Angela Liga.
Patience Mugadu.
Team Fusion is part of the UCU communication class of 2019.
We have been running a campaign called Fit Possible for the past 3 weeks.
Fit Possible is a project that was aimed at reducing the misconceptions among the Uganda Christian University community.
Some of the misconceptions we found out were based on age, time, gender, size. Our implementation plan included using social media like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, where we posted posters, stickers, and every information that contained our message.
We also held dance classes for 3 days, from 24th to 26th at Thelma Hall every evening.
The reason we're explaining this campaign now is that we wanted our audience to arrive at the conclusion that fitness is doable by themselves.
People who came for the dance fitness class were able to witness that fitness is not boring or seems like a punishment, but it's something that you can do all the time.
With all that has been said, thank everyone who managed to get time off their busy schedule. It was really a good experience.
Thank you.
Yes, it was, and I appreciate everyone that came once again. We apologize for it being a short time. It took only 3 days, but that was the time that was given to us for implementation. However, the team has spoken to a number of authorities in the school, and we hope that they will include it as an activity in the school curricula. But otherwise, thank you so much for supporting us, for attending, and we hope that your fitness matters to you and you don't have any other misconceptions. Thank you.
Thank you very much for listening, and we want to thank our lecturers for the time, the guidance, and everyone who came for our dance classes. Fitness is possible, eh?
Good morning, everyone. I am Nantambi Vivian. Yes, I really like your project. I think it was a very nice project, and I think your campaign was really helpful. Yes, and I like your work. It's beautiful.
Thank
Yes.
Um,
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I belong to the Fit Possible group. I just had something small to say. So the screenshots that we had on our presentations for our Instagram and Twitter pages, they had fewer followers because the screenshots were taken much earlier. So the recent screenshots or the recent pages, the recent screenshot that I took, we have 50 followers on Instagram and we have 75 followers on Twitter. So I wanted to rectify that.
Let me add that you'll update your PowerPoint in regard to that. Okay. Then something else. You said that the trainer, the cost was beyond what you could manage. Yeah. Have you thought of any solution to that very challenge?
For the trainer, because he was coming from Kampala and it's a fit, he has a fitness company. So at the end of the day, he gave us 3 days at 100,000. We felt like that was cheaper because usually they charge 20,000 per person. But then we made it free for everyone, and then it was 100,000 for us. So it's cheaper, but we couldn't take it on for longer than 3 days.
Yes, I urge you to continue thinking because really there are cheaper options if you sit down and think and consider your options. Okay? Yeah, think about that. And then for some of the contents that you used in your PowerPoint, because we are going to upload this content on the e-learning platform, please attribute. Okay? Attribute, and also try as much as possible not to just thump. You understand the meaning of that? During your presentations, like you're trying to you're the ones telling us how your campaign was a success, okay? Yes, let us be the judges of that, yes, by what you show us, okay? Yes. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Your project was actually a good one. I'm glad that you got to listen and make the changes that were recommended and refocus, refine, sharpen, and I think it has paid off in more ways than one. I usually tell students that I hope they enjoyed doing this because at the end of the day, you've spent so much in terms of money and time, and so we hope that you had fun doing this. Like Mr. Mlwanya, I'm concerned about your budget. I've said this from day one. Okay? These projects are becoming more and more expensive, and it's not settling down well with me. So I think one of the things that we need to think about in future, Mr. Mlwanya and I, and any other person who will teach this, is to see how we can bring down the cost of these projects. They are just too high. The cost is too high. You can't afford 100,000 on top of how much did you pay for the printing of the t-shirts, the banners, the stickers. Yes, you might look at it like it's little money, but it's coming from your parents. Yes. And at the end of the day, they'll ask for a one Saranam Soga. Who is this? Who, So, yes, so good project, good ideas, but I think let's learn to live within our means. And that's a lesson that we can carry away even for life, because you're going to go out there, you're going to become communication managers, PROs, and so on. You have limited resources to work with. You need to work within your means. But thank you very much. That was an excellent project.
Excuse me.
Thank you for this project. It's good. I've been struggling to keep fit. I keep going there and then somehow I withdraw a bit. So it's just like that. But I like that whole thing. I think like Mr. Mrwanya and Dr. Namsoga said, we have locally available people within UCU. So I'm thinking if you are tempted to go to the sports facility and you talked to either Mr. Rukaire or Cornelius, I think would have been able to get someone who can guide students on that fitness challenge, okay, at no cost. So because like Shaz said, this money comes from the parents. And you say you have this project and then they're thinking, okay, we are paying all this money. Now and then we pay for this project. So we can be able to be within our means. Is it you cut your cloth, something according to what? Yes. So please, don't borrow money to do projects. That can't work. That can work, but will strain you. Yeah. You talked about 80%, something. You gave these kind of percentages. And as you have just done your research, so I was really interested, okay, 80% of what population? Okay? You understand? So you need the fact that it was quantitative, so people needed to know, your listeners or the viewers or your intended audiences need to know, okay, 80% of what? 80% of 10 of 300. So I think that needed in your research, as you're doing your situational analysis, that needed to be very, very clear, okay? The number of people we are dealing with. The last one, maybe I didn't capture it very well, but I was thinking, this project was done last year, similar, somehow similar. Then I was thinking, what makes this one unique?
I'd like to answer that. What makes it unique is that last year they were targeting action. So we decided to target mindset. That is why you see we say your body can stand almost anything. It's your mind that you need to convince. So when we started with that, we decided all our messages, I want to show you the messages, they were targeting the mindset. And at the end of the day, it worked out for us, I believe.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We are done. But please continue pursuing those fitness classes. Of course, what you need to do is to find a cheaper option. Yeah. You can get a trainer who can keep this going. It can be your what next, okay? Yeah. Yeah, you submit your evaluation tools and then you proceed to the next group.